Okay. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Akhandamandalakaram Yaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Like I'm never tired of repeating, it's such wonderful grace that we are all gathered right now to listen to the immortal, eternal words of Bhagwan and the Gita. So this is really grace working overtime, So being born as a Manusha and then having that mumukshutva and then having the time and leisure to listen to all this is a amazing grace. So that's why we remember the Guru and God and we bow to them. So we are now on to the 5th chapter of the Gita. What's it all about? It's more of the same. So Krishna again and again and again drives home the point that he has already covered in the 2nd chapter. The 5th chapter is titled the Karma Sanyasa-yoga. So the previous one was called the Jnana Karma Sanyasa-yoga. This is called Karma Sanyasa-yoga. So what more can it be? How different can it be? So to go back to the basics, let us just for a few minutes go back to the basics. What is the goal of human life? Now, please unmute and you can answer. Anyone?
Liberation.
Okay. And how do we do it?
Through our sadhana of knowing who we are.
Okay. Is that only it, or is there some more methods are there to go about?
There are methods. There are methods to be followed to unclutch that and to learn who we are. And if properly followed through the process of prakriya, what we call it, and we reach to the goal of our life. Otherwise, there's a continuation of life and death process.
Okay. So you're talking of the prakriya. What are the kinds of methods that Krishna tells, gives Arjuna in the Gita? Yes, Sumati.
Vairagya, Shat-sampanne, and Mumukshatva are the steps to reach our goal.
Correct. Very good. Yes, all correct. Sumati wanted to say something?
Yeah, I think goal of human life is to be happy always. Like be happy, and anything we do for the welfare of this anything. So Bhagwan, in one of the discourses, Nikhilanandaji says, we are supposed to be realized. We are supposed to act in our day-to-day activities. We're supposed to be doing it like realized people. However,
you make it.
Think
correct.
that but the way we think, oh, now I'm advanced. We are kind of hidden postponing way. So that's why we keep on doing our activities attached to something instead of being detached. So I think that Bhagwan gives through the Gita, he gives ways through Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga.
Yes.
How we can live in a detached way and do our activities in total happiness. Just do, not for something, but just
correct.
Be and just do.
So well said. Yes. So that was what we were driving at. So Krishna gives not one, but 4 paths. How you can achieve this unending happiness, like Sumati said, which is called Ananda, all the time, irrespective of what you are doing or not doing. That's the thing, no? So when we do something, we get ananda. What about how about when I'm not doing anything? Then also I'm supposed to be in ananda only. No, because that is our natural state. So why are we struggling with this? Why are we struggling? We all know the goal of life, and we have all come here to achieve this happiness and all that. And we know all the 4 paths are there, but still somehow there's still a but at the end of everything. But for some of us, there may be a but. Why is there a but? Or are we all done? Can we call ourselves, liberated and enlightened, and can we get on with life happily? We are to a certain extent. But can we have a place among the alvars or something? Or is it not yet?
We
Tell.
can have,
Huh?
we can say among alvars or something, we can have in our own way when we realize that we are that or something, what you call. But as you mentioned, but it puts me to thought process, we always have that unending desires. That's where the but comes in.
But comes in. The but butts in. Yeah.
I can't use the word like that.
What about the others, people? Where are we in the journey? Yeah?
Attachments, moha.
Innu hogilla. Okay. So yeah, correct. That is right. What about the others? What do we feel?
Wrong association of myself as the body, mind, and intellect.
Correct.
That is the best. I mean, that's the only hurdle to, and it's not easy to realize, give it up. Also, being in this world. ನಾನು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಶ್ರವಣ ಮನನ ನಿಧಿಧ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಹೀಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ
ಅಷ್ಟೇ. But yeah, so this but there's a matrix from which we can get out of this but syndrome, and to understand what is it that is holding us back and not blooming to our full capacity. Why andre? So the shastras say because we are bombarded with an impure mind. There are 3 levels of sadhana here involved here. One is the impure mind, chitta mala. Okay. So how do we tackle this chitta mala, impure mind? What does Krishna give us in the Gita for the impure mind? What do you think?
Sthita prajna?
No. Sthita prajna is ultimate. Sthita prajna, we are all aiming to get there. But how do we tackle the basic level problem of an impure mind in the first place? See, we are listening to all the Vedanta talks, and we are by various ways we are getting all this inputs, the right inputs to take us in the direction. But still, there are some impediments on the way, and why we are still not yet there. Still the but is there. Why andre? One of the reasons is thoda impurity of the mind. Can I claim to be completely pure? I honestly, I cannot. So how do we tackle this impure mind anta? Anyone can pitch in here? So remember, we have been given 4 yogas: karma, bhakti, and kriya yoga, raja yoga also, and then jnana is there. So impure mind can we tackle only with jnana yoga? We are doing that already. So what we are doing now is jnana yoga. But still, for that jnana to seep in, it has to be a clear passage. So to clear the passage, Krishna recommends karma yoga. Karma yoga. So karma yoga is yoga. The moment you say yoga, karma we all do. That is our problem. It comes back to bite us. So karma yoga is doing with an attitude of either bhakti or devotion, surrender, or just without any of those things, just with a attitude of service to society, doing a be good and do good kind of thing. So all that will help in purifying the mind. So the first level of a problem where we are stuck is impurity of the mind, which is chitta mala. So we have to do chitta shuddhi for that. So the way of chitta shuddhi is karma yoga. And then after chitta shuddhi, what happens? That's still not enough. The second level of the second hurdle we confront is vikshepa, destruction of the mind. I have a pure mind. I don't think ill of anyone. I want to do service. I love everyone and all that. But still, I cannot sit. I cannot sit for even for half an hour. I cannot focus and I cannot think of God or jnana, or I cannot have that concentration. Why? That is called vikshepa. The distractedness of the mind is a very, very huge problem, especially in this day and age, when the distraction is right at it's a touch, smartphone distraction, isn't it? So it's so easily available. The mind can flow here, there, everywhere, any point of time. It's so easy. So what do we do for the chitta vikshepa? How do we come to focus the mind? So what Gita recommends is dhyana, meditation. You have to make some time during the day to just go inward. Switch off all this phone or keep it away. Stay away from TV, stay away from people, stay away from social media, and focus. See, even doing this class is focus only, isn't it? So not worrying about the, not engaging with the world without any, unnecessarily, and doing something with focus. Even if you are practicing your Sangita or whatever you are doing, if you are able to do it with concentration, helps in tackling the vikshipta mana. The distracted of the mind can be remedied with some kind of dedicated time given to some activity, which is elevating. Aita? So we have tackled impure mind with the karma yoga. We have tackled the distracted mind with dhyana or some focused activity. And then we come to jnana, ignorance. Then we tackle the ignorance. See, one can have an impure mind, one can have a pure mind, one can have a focused mind. But then what will you do with it? For liberation, jnana is important, ultimately. The jnana is to realize that I am not this, I am nanu nanem buddha nanalla, ee deha mana buddhi nanalla, Satchidanandatma Shiva nanu nane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. To realize that Shivoham, jnana is necessary. So, Bhagavad Gita Nalli, Krishna straight away started us with jnana. He told you are Shivoham. He told we are Shivoham. But then Arjuna wouldn't understand, like many of us. Hence, all the other chapters which give us in, layer by layer, the peeling of the onion is happening. So he's telling us in various ways why we need to do it and how we need to go about it. Okay. So now we are in the 5th chapter, which is called Karma Sanyasa-yoga. The previous one was Jnana Karma Sanyasa. Here is Karma Sanyasa. Again, Krishna here is telling Arjuna how to do Karma Yoga with an attitude of renunciation, how to drop doership. And here again, Krishna talks about the characteristics of a Jivan Mukta. Okay. So more of the same, but we need it. We know that. Krishna knows the human mind very well. That this is actually called, there's actually a term in Sanskrit grammar for this kind of driving home the point again and again. It is called Sthunani Khandana Nyaya. Sthuna. Sthuna is a huge pillar. Okay. When you see the workers, construction workers, if they want to drive a pole into the ground, what they do is they make a little this thing, and they put the pole, and they remove the pole again, and they dig a little more, and they put the pole back, and they shape it, and so that they drive it again and again. It's so beautiful. That is what we are doing here. We kind of again put out all our thoughts out in the open, and then we again put the right thought, and then we drive home the point again and again, which is what Krishna is doing here. Sthunani khandana nyaya. It works very well with the pole as well as the stubborn mind. So yes, we come to 5.18 is the chosen shloka. Because what all we just recalled here was what was happening from first shloka of the 5th chapter. So it's more of the same. Let me share the screen and let's chant the shloka and see what it has for us. Yes. This is 5.18. Vidya vinaya-sampanne brahmane gavihastini shuni chaiva shvapake cha pandita samadarshinaha. Yes, we can all chant. I'll call out. Anu?
Okay. Vidya vinaya-sampanne brahmane gavi astini shuni chaiva shapake. Sorry?
Shvapake.
Shvapake cha pandita samadarshinaha.
Yes. Jai Shri.
Vidya vinaya-sampanne brahmane gavihastini shuni chaiva shapake cha pandita samadarshinaha.
Very good. Tara?
विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शनः.
Very good. Sneha?
विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः.
Very good. Megha?
Yes, sir. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shuni chaiva shvapake cha panditaha samadarshinaha.
Very nice. Padmaja?
संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिता समदर्शिना.
Very good. Suma?
विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः.
Sumati? Very nice, Mili. Suma.
विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः.
Nice. Indra?
विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिता समदर्शिनः.
Shaila?
विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः.
Very good. Rama? Ramamani?
विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च Pandita Samadarshinaha.
Very beautiful. Done. All of us have got this shloka perfectly. So this is very curious. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, the truly learned with the eyes of divine knowledge see with equal vision a Brahmin, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. So Brahmane Vidya vinaya-sampanne is the one who is endowed with Vidya. We have heard of this statement, Vidya dadati vinayam, isn't it? So the one who is truly learned is always humble. He is not a show off. He will not wear his wisdom on his shoulder. So it is like a tree full of fruits, which will be laden with fruits, which bows, So Vidya vinaya-sampanne, what does that person do? He's a pandita. The Vidya vinaya-sampanna is a pandita. The pandita in Shankaracharya apparently gives a definition for pandita. Pandita is a panda. Panda is not your North Indian panda who fleeces, you for money when you visit your temple. Panda is Atmajnana Prajna is called a panda. So the Vidya vinaya-sampanna pandita, what does he do? Samadarshina. He's got an equal. He looks at the world with equanimity, with the equal vision. A Brahmana. Brahmana is again the wise person, not necessarily one who's born in a Brahmin family, but one who is knowledge of Brahman is a Brahmana. And then Gavi is a cow, and then Hastini, Hasta, this is a elephant, and Shuni, it's a dog, and Shvapaka is an outcast. Here he is translated as a dog eater, an outcast, and a person who is not too much higher into the pecking order. So this is the shloka. Now let us dig into this. What does it say? Who wants to share anything about it? Padmaja, Yenappa, are you going to tell us something about the shloka?
Okay.
Yes.
So here, the sign of divine knowledge, we are talking about the divine knowledge, the truly learned has got the divine knowledge. The sign of divine knowledge is that it is accompanied by a sense of humility, while shallow bookish knowledge is accompanied with the pride of scholarship. So if you see here in this particular shloka, they talked about Brahman, cow, and an elephant. So Brahmins are respected because of their birth and the noble work, that the puja work and all they do, for which they are respected, the pujas they perform. And the outcast, or the dog eater, they said, it's looked upon as someone down person, an outcast. But for a truly learned person, all are eternal souls, as simple as that. So however, Vedas also do not support the view that Brahmins are of higher caste while Shudras are of lower. So this verse actually teaches us to treat all living beings with respect and kindness, regardless of their social status or background.
Correct.
As simple as
that. Okay, very nice.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Megha, you have a story for us on this? How can elephant and dog be same? Same?
No,
How then? How do you explain this?
because the cow, dog, and every living being will have Brahman, which is Atmajyoti in them.
Very beautiful. All of us are Atmajyoti. So beautifully.
Very nice. Very nice.
One sentence, she finished it up. All of us are Atmajyotis. Perfectly said, Megha. See,
She got the crux of the shloka.
Done. Beautiful. Yeah. Sorry, ಇನ್ನೇನಿದೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ? Right? So, why?
I have a
ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ.
story to share.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So this shloka reminds of Ashtavakra visits the Janaka Maharaja's court. So this is a Upanishad Ganga episode. it's beautifully captured there.
Yes.
So basically, Ashtavakra is born to, I mean, his father would have challenged
Correct.
this Pandita in Janaka Maharaja's court.
Ah.
And the Janaka Maharaja, that Pandita's condition is that anybody who loses takes Jala Samadhi.
Mm.
So Ashtavakra's father would have lost it at that time.
Bandi is the scholar.
Bandi, correct. I forgot his name. Thank you. So Ashtavakra goes to Janaka Maharaja's court and challenges him.
Yes.
He's a mere boy of 16 years old.
Yes.
And everybody laughs at him, including Bandi and all his, friends. They all laugh at him. But Ashtavakra debates with him, and the debate goes on for a very long time. And finally, he wins. Ashtavakra wins. Bandi, he gives up. So here it shows the real, a person, Ashtavakra being a real jnani versus Bandi being the Pandita just for showing off his Veda thing. And the great thing is, after he has lost, Bandi says, okay, now I will take that my own punishment. So Ashtavakra says, no, I don't want you to take that punishment, but you have to reflect on what you have done wrong.
Very beautiful.
So he sees that Atma in Bandi also. Correct. And despite all the tragedy he has undergone because of Bandi, he forgives him.
Correct. Very nice. Very appropriate also to add a little more Toda Tadka, because Nirmala is missing today. So, this Ashtavakra, why did people in the Janaka's court laugh at Ashtavakra? Not because it's just a small young boy of 16, because he was bent, his body was bent in 8 places. He was Ashtavakra. He was a very ugly, strange looking fellow. So the moment they saw this, he couldn't walk properly because his legs were all, they were not in, one was short, one was long, he was bent in several places. So when he's walking into the court, he looked very funny, and they laughed at him, which is what we would do. We look at a joker and we laugh because that joker is making us laugh deliberately. That's fine. But people tend to do that. People who look different, we laugh at them. And so that was one thing. And then, of course, like Sumati perfectly said, he defeated Bandi in wisdom and all that. Why did he become Ashtavakra in the first place? When Ashtavakra was conceived and he was in the womb, his father was also a jnani and a pandita, not a jnani, full-blown jnani, is a pandita, and he was teaching his students in his there, of course, the little cottage and the courtyard. The class was happening, and this little baby in the womb of the mother, he would correct the father. No, this is wrong. He would correct the father from inside the womb. That was pre-born enlightened soul. This Ashtavakra was. And so the father was not happy. He was extremely annoyed that this unknown little voice is coming and telling me what is correct, what is wrong, and he's still unborn child, and he curses the child. You are too, impertinent, and may you not be a perfect child, or something like that. He curses him. So the little fellow is born Ashtavakra and born enlightened. So this is a little story about Ashtavakra. But the main point here is how the mind is always the mind, whereas it has to be established in Atmajyoti, like Megha said, it is established in Raga Dvesha. No, I like this, I don't like this. This is right, this is wrong. That Raga Dvesha is such a basic instinct, likes and dislikes. It's very, very difficult to come out of the clutches of I like this and I don't like this. So in this verse, the Jnani completely transcended this Raga Dvesha business. This is right, this is wrong, is completely gone. And so the Jnani looks at the world from the point of view of Brahman. For Again, Brahman means the Pratyaksha Brahman is for us the sun. Does the sun have any raga dvesha? Does it say, I will not shine on the lake, I will shine on the desert, I will not shine on the flower, I will not shine on the rat? It doesn't. Or on a sinner, I will not shine. No. Anyone who comes out and stands under the sun gets the light. So Brahman is like that. Just have everything is there. Brahman is just watching. So from the point of view of Brahman, everything is what? How do you describe the entire universe in terms of Brahman? Two terms.
A reflection of himself.
Brahman doesn't think, no mind.
No mind.
No. Brahman will not say anything. How do I describe the entire existence in terms of Brahman? It's very simple.
Ishvara, Jagat Ishvara.
It is within him.
Within him, Ishvara, correct. Two terms which we use, the Haglu Ratri.
Pure consciousness or something.
Correct.
A reflection of myself in everyone.
Correct. That's the understanding. That's the understanding. But the two terms that we use, come on, yaar, please. We have been doing Vedanta for so long.
Jiva Jagadishwara.
Narayana, Narayana.
Narayana, Narayana, Ishvara, Ishvara, Rama,
Come
Rama.
on, Shweta, very good.
Indra, come on, you should tell. How do you describe existence?
Aham Brahmasmi.
Correct. All that is the realization. But when you are describing, you want to describe this world as Brahman. There are two terms that we can use.
Jiva Jagat. Jiva Jagat.
That's
Paramatma.
separation. The Jiva and the Jagat is the separation. The unity. The unity in this Shvapaka and this Shuni and this elephant and the Brahmana. What is the unity? She just said, no, Atmajyoti.
Ishvara.
Atma.
Shiva.
Okay. The term, I'm sorry, I'm making you go around in circles. The words I was looking was Sat and Chit. Alva.
Haudu. Satchit.
Ananda.
Consciousness.
That's existence.
Sat is existence. Everything exists. At the level of existence, all are equal. There is no up and down. There is no, I exist more and you exist less. Is there any such thing? The Brahmana and the Shvapaka, existence. The amoeba and the blue whale, existence. The entire galaxy, the remote galaxy, the Milky Way, and the little microbe inside my body, which I cannot even see, existence. Isn't that what the Purandara Dasa sang? Anoraniyana Mahato Mahiyana. Didn't he say that? You are the correct. Mahato Mahiyana. Aprameya. You can't even measure that. He is Aprameya. Isn't it? So, Anoraniyana, he is down in the microbe. And in the Milky Way, the galaxies, the unheard of, the undiscovered universes, also the same Krishna is there. So, where is the difference? Everything is Atmajyoti. Everyone is Atmajyoti. That is Sat. No, Atmajyoti is fine. First, at the level of existence, it is Sat. The rock also exists and the Pandita also exists. That's it. Alva, existence. And then Chit. Everything, how can anything that I see or perceive through my senses, how can it be different from me? Now you unpack that. When I see something, it becomes one with me. How do you describe that? Does it gel with you? Can you wrap your mind around that? Nothing that I see and perceive is different from me. Do you agree or not, people?
When we see an object, sorry for not raising my hand.
No problem. Nobody is raising anyway. No problem.
So when we see and perceive an object, it just ceases to exist there because it becomes part of us.
Drishta Nashta Swabhava.
Drishta Nashta Swabhava. Yes.
Right. So, in a more understandable or easily relatable example, a dream. When I'm dreaming, easy. All of us can imagine that, relate to it easily. When I'm dreaming, is there anything? I can see a flying horse. I can see a monster. I can see a fairy. I can see a mermaid. I can see myself, doing superhero things, flying off a mountain, doing bungee jumping and all that. But is there anything in the dream which is not in my mind itself? Isn't it? Yes or no? Agree or not?
Yes.
There's nothing in the dream which is apart from me. Nothing in the dream which is apart from me.
Everything is a reflection of my consciousness.
Everything is a projection. Its reflection is one. In the dream, it's a projection. It's a projection from my own mind. So this whole entire universe is depicted as Narayana, who is projecting the whole universe in his dream. Yes or no? We have seen that picture of Narayana, isn't it? Who is projecting the world, universe in his dream. Are we all familiar with that? Narayana projecting the universe?
No,
I don't.
I'm not.
That's
Sorry.
You don't know, na?
no.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Sorry.
Okay.
Vishwarupam is what you're talking about.
Yenamma?
Vishwarupam.
Alla, Vishwarupam alla. Adunu Vishwarupamu correct. Wait, let me pull up that picture of Narayana projecting the universe. See, this whole entire in the Devi Mahatmyam, it comes. The Chanda Munda Kate ella baratalva. First barodi ide. What is Narayana doing in life? In his life, he is dreaming. Ayyo, Narayana dreaming picture allappa. See, the Puranas say that the entire world, in the beginning, in the beginning, it is very stupid to say in the beginning because Brahman is without Anadi, Ananta. Yet, in the beginning of the manifest universe, what was happening is that metaphorically, Narayana is unmanifest Vishnu. See, why are there different terms? Narayana is a guy who is sleeping on the Kshetra and having a dream. Okay. In his dream, the Brahma comes from his Nabi and he creates the universe. So the entire universe is the dream of the Lord. That is what the Puranas say.
So Maya, right? That's what it is. We are in Maya.
We are in Narayana's dream. The moment he stops dreaming, if he wakes up, all this will collapse. That is when the pralaya happens.
Right.
And then he go back to sleep. Everything, what all is in his the dream universe. Again, it's in a causal form in Narayana's complex, and then it all is projected again. That's the whole the legend here, which is so beautiful, which is what we do on a daily basis. Though the difference is that in our dreams there is no continuity. Every day, every time we dream of the different things, though the theme is the same. I am late for the class. I'm late for the. I missed the flight. I missed the bus. I cannot write in the exam. These are the kinds of things which are projected in my dream. And in Narayana's dream also, all of us are projected. Various objects and people and stuff is projected. And that is what. So we are dreamers within the dream of Narayana. That is the legend. So there is nothing apart from Narayana here. So the Brahmana, the Gavi, the cow, the elephant, everything is same. We have no astitva apart from Narayana. That is the whole, the Jnani has realized that. And while we can understand it superficially, to live that. So what does the Jnani do? He treats everyone, he looks at everyone in the Samadarshina. Like how even we have At our level also, we can understand this samardarshinatva when we are flying. We look down from the aircraft and you see all those buildings and everything. They all look like ants. You cannot distinguish between a high-rise building and how many floors this one has, how many floors that one has. We can't. That is the kind of height with which we have to look at the whole. That is the levels of perception which we have to take it to that height. See that samadarshina in everything. To be able to see everything with the same, eyes of equality. That is what it takes. And how does it come? With humility. And what happens? That humility comes first or the vidya comes first? The vidya comes first. When the vidya comes, when the jnana comes, humility is a byproduct of this jnana. Vidya dadati vinayam. So, all the gurus you see, the enlightened masters, when you go to them, such simplicity and innocence in their life, they do not see, the Buddha said, I see everyone is a Buddha. The Buddha's life is full of such anecdotes where he treated even that Angulimala, he was unafraid of this Angulimala also. And he saw only the Atmajyoti in that Angulimala, isn't it? And then the fellow who spat at Buddha. You know that little story, when Buddha, Buddha was preaching in a village, one fellow came and spat on him because his son was not coming home. He was sitting with Buddha and listening to his stories, and he didn't come home. So the father was very angry, and he went and gave him a nice bad words, and he spat on him, and it came. Buddha, nothing, no reaction. Just he wiped muck off his face and he continued this thing. And that sight of Buddha not getting angry had a profound impact on this fellow who spat on him. And the whole night he was so ridden with guilt, and he was so ashamed of himself. And the next morning he rushed to where Buddha was sitting, and he went, and Buddha was sitting on a river bank and meditating, and he fell at the feet of Buddha and said, "Please forgive me. I shouldn't have done that." He said, "Who are you? You are not the same person who spat at me yesterday. You are the one who has come here now to apologize. Tomorrow you will be another person. Like the river, that water which is flowing in front of me, the river water, it is never the same. You cannot step into a river twice. That is another saying, no? The same river, you cannot step twice because the water has already flown. The body of water, you might give it a name, Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada and all that. But the water is not the same. Similarly, the outer behavior of people keep changing. Let us not identify anyone with their outer behavior. It is stupid at a certain level because they change. You cannot brand someone as so and so and so just with a few interactions or just with a few unsavory incidents you might have had with that person. It is stupid. That is what the Jnani says. So, see, all these, the terms that are mentioned here, Krishna is very carefully chosen. Brahmana, cow, and elephant, and a dog, and a dog eater. Why? See, God also, he will not just say examples just like that, is what the Bhashyakara says. Who said? Einstein said, God does not play dice. Have you heard of that statement? Einstein, very famously, he said, God does not play dice. So if that means he doesn't do random things. So if Krishna is mentioning these things here, there's a reason, because a Brahmana, when he says a Brahmana, in a society, the Brahmana, the Brahmavid, the one who has known Brahman, has got the highest respect. So yeah, the wise, they are respected. So when a Brahmana comes in front of me and when a beggar comes in front of me, definitely my behavior will be different. Yes or no? I will offer a seat to the Brahmana. I will wash his feet and I will give him this thing. Whereas the beggar, I might give the beggar some leftovers and send him away. So to bring out the difference, the Brahmana and the Swapacha, both are used here. So the Jnani looks at the Brahmana and the Swapacha in the same manner. And then there is the cow. The cow, of course, among all the animals, we revere the cow. It is the Kamadhenu, and there is no need to extol the qualities of the cow. It is so useful to mankind. The most mudu domestic little, such a divine thing. The innocence of the cow, and it's so beautiful. So the cow we revere. Whereas, and we choose the cow to put tilaka and all that and do aarti and all that. Whereas we might not do that for any other animal. And then Hasti. Why is the elephant revered? Elephant indicates royalty. It indicates abundance. It indicates wealth. So in the olden days, the royals used to measure their wealth in terms of the elephants they had, the royal families, and perhaps even horses and camels and all that. So all this is, so the elephant is more in the pecking order. We look at it in a different manner. And then a dog eater, and a dog, poor dog. Vilified dog. Don't be a dog. He is the dog. We use the term dog in such a derogatory manner to describe people, which is so unfair. The dog is a dog. We know very well that, it's also a creature and it has got its gunas and it behaves the way it does because it is like that prakrute kriyamanani. That's all. See, that shloka, prakrute kriyamanani, is very much applicable here. When we see so-and-so behaves like this and so-and-so behaves like that, and when we make a distinction, we are forgetting that Krishna has already cleared everyone. He has given everybody a clean slate. He says, it is their nature which makes them act this way or that way. So, do not distinguish. Do not look at them with raga and dvesha. If you don't want to associate with people who have a bad influence on you, that's fine. But don't have this extreme likes and dislikes about anything of my existence. Everything is me. That is what Krishna is saying. And everything is me. Krishna is saying, and we should also say the same. Everything is my projection. Apart from me. But there's a little difference here. While, see, there is the drishya and the drak. The drishya is what we see. The entire projected manifest universe is the drishya. And who is the seer? Drak. That's me. So, while the drishya is not apart from the drak, the drak is not apart from the drishya. I am not apart from what I see. The seen is not me. It's an ardha satya. See, this distinction is very clear. While Krishna himself gives this clarity in the Gita, while I am everything, that everything is not me. Everything is not in me. I am everything, but everything is not in me. How? There is the water and there is a wave. The wave is water. But is water wave? Water is water, irrespective of whether there is a wave or whether whatever it is, isn't it? A still lake is still water. But when the wave comes, the wave is water, but water is not a wave. You cannot identify water with a wave, but the wave can identify with the water. Alva, artha aita? Is there any complexity here in this? Did we get this? The gold and the ornaments, the jewelry, the necklace, this thing, everything. The necklace is made of gold, but the gold is not a necklace. Alva. Right? So that way, how do I identify myself with everything, yet not become that? That is the crux here. I might say, okay, the beggar is also God, the Brahmana is also God, but I don't become a beggar. It's fine. You don't have to. See, that is the Viveka has to come here. While at the knowledge level, Jnana level, I understand that everything is Sat and everything is Chit. It's me who is the, it's in me. When it comes to the Vyavaharika level, I treat them the way they should be treated. So when a cow comes, I will put this thing, I will give it a banana, I will do arati, and I will touch the tail, and I will, do namaskara. But when a tiger comes in front of me, I better not do it, because the tiger will pounce on me. That vyavaharika jnana we should have, that the jnani has. And that is how the jnani also, Sri Krishna Paramatma, the avatara or Rama, when they have taken avatara and they declare, have come here to do dharma samsthapana. So if they cannot mete out that karma phala to the the wrongdoers, then this shloka can be misunderstood. So the jnani will do exactly what it takes to a wrongdoer to establish dharma. But what is the internal state of the jnani? Did Krishna have hatred towards Kamsa? Did Krishna have hatred towards Shishupala? No. All he had was a light smile on his lips all the time. Isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? While dealing with the world also, you are completely established in that Samadarshina. You are not disturbed. You are not swayed by raga dvesha. What all you are doing is treating them as per their prarabdha. Because the karma phala unfolds as per the prarabdha of each person. Ashte. That's all there is to it. Right? Anything else you want to add to this? So how, yes, Sumati.
So that also reminds of the example where Sri Rama, he went out to kill Ravana because Mother Sita was kidnapped by him.
Correct.
But later on, Sugriva asked him when Vibhishna does Sharanagati, Sugriva asked him, so now if Ravana comes and does Sharanagati to you, will you forgive him?
Correct.
So he says, I'll forgive him, not only, and yes. So then Sugriva asked, so but you already promised Vibhishna the kingdom.
Correct.
So Sri Rama says, I'll give him Ayodhya.
Yes. Beautiful example, beautiful story. That is how Rama was completely established in Jnana, and he had no attachment to Ayodhya or Sita also. I don't know if he was attached, but it is his dharma to protect his wife. No, he cannot leave her somewhere in the clutches of a Rakshasa. So yeah, that's a beautiful story. Rama said, I will give him Ayodhya. That's it. And also, before the start of the war, this Yuddha between Rama and Ravana, he wanted to fix the auspicious date on which to start the Yuddha, isn't it? And so Rama sent Lakshmana to who? To set the astrologer Yaru, who was the greatest astrologer of those times? It was Ravana. It was Ravana. And so Rama sent Lakshmana to Ravana to set an auspicious date for the Yuddha. Isn't that, I mean, how much more amazing can that get? And this is not the end of the story. Ravana, being the true professional, that he was so dedicated to his profession, he was so honest, he gave an auspicious muhurta in which Rama would win the war. I mean, this is amazing. So that was a kind of, so Ravana was a Brahmana. You know, Ravana was the son of a Brahmana. His mother was a Kshatriya. So he was Brahmana through and through. He was a Jnani. But because of this impure mind, we come back to the beginning of the class. The mind was not pure. The impure mind compelled him to do all these things. Prakriti, that Sattva, Rajas, Tamasali, he had more of Rajas. That is why he did all that he did. Okay. So this is Samadarshina, and how the Jnani sees everything, everybody and everything with equal vision. But as a footnote, Krishna hasn't said it here, but as a footnote from the life of Krishna himself, we can understand that while treating everyone at the Vyavaharika level, we better exercise our Viveka, how to treat people and situations as they come. Just because I have no raga, I have no dvesha, I will not go and do stupid things. I will exercise my Viveka, discrimination, and act accordingly. Okay? So our Tadka madam is not here today. Anyone else add to want anything? Please go ahead, feel free. So today we have done this one shloka. So anything else or shall we close? Okay. I guess we are done.